A very good morning, evening, afternoon and night to all my viewers for whenever you are watching this video. Today our business is assumed mean method. But I am not going to deal with assumed mean method, how to do it. Rather I will be going to show you the formula derivation of this assumed mean method. So let's start the video. So we know that mean, which is represented something like this, if I am not wrong, is summation of fi xi divided by the summation of fi, where fi is the frequency and xi is the variate, right? f1 is the frequency and x1 is the variate. Now sometimes it happens so that the value of xi exceeds a limit, means a limit which we cannot multiply, which we can multiply although, but the numbers are too big to manage. So something like 59, 72, 37 and random numbers, odd numbers, like which we are not acquainted with. So for those purposes we use a formula called assumed mean method. Actually we have reduced the concept of this mean into an assumed mean. Well, let me show you. Suppose, what do we understand by this formula? It simply says f1 x1 plus f2 x2 plus f3 x3 plus fn xn divided by f1 plus f2 plus f3 fn, right? Now let me say you something. Suppose you have 5 chocolates and I take 4 away from you and then again give you the 4 chocolates back. How much you are left with? The answer is 5, because 4 and 4 gets cancelled. So similarly we can do something to reduce the value of this x's so that we get a smaller value with which we can conveniently multiply the frequency. So let us do one thing. Let us subtract a value, a constant value, say a, from each of the x's, right? From each of the x's. So x1 minus a into f1 plus f2 into x2 minus a plus f3 into x3 minus a plus fn into xn minus a, right? And from here we divide this by f1 plus f2 plus f3 plus fn. Now since we have subtracted a value a, it is necessary for us to add a value a also. So what we will add is, we will add the same value, the number of times we have subtracted a from each of them, so as to get the original value, as we have seen in this case 5 minus 4. This 4 in case is the number of a's that we have subtracted from each of them, plus if we again do that number of a's which we have subtracted, we will get the original value, which is this thing, right? So how many a's did we subtract here? See, if we just multiply it with this, we will get fx f1 x1 minus f1a, similarly f2 x2 minus f2a, similarly fn xn minus fna. So if we sum all the a's up, it will be something like this: f1a plus f2a plus f3a. That will be in a bracket, because see here it is minus, so we can take the minus common out, right? And this will be a term. So another thing we can see that here a is a common, so let us take the a also out and we are left with f1 plus f2 plus f3 fn, right? So what is this value? This is the nothing but the sum of the frequencies, that is summation of fi. So what we actually see is, we are subtracting the number of a's which is equal to the summation of the frequency. So since we are subtracting those many a's, we have to add those many a's too. So let us add a into summation of frequency, these many a's we are adding to get the original value back, right? Now let us simplify this thing a bit. From this value, what we can say here, let us take a variable such as di and let us assign this values to it. Suppose d1 is equal to x1 minus a. d2 is equal to x2 minus a. d3 is equal to x3 minus a. d4 is equal to x4 minus a, and dn is equal to xn minus a, and dot 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 dn is equal to xn minus a, right? So what we are seeing here is from each variate we are subtracting the same value, same constant value up till n. So let us replace these values with d1, d2, d3 and d4 up to dn, right? So what we are getting is f1 d1 plus f2 d2 plus f3 d3 plus dot 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 fn dn divided by summation of fi, right? This is summation of fi. Well, we are missing this out, yeah. Plus a times summation of frequency times a, right? As we mentioned here, we have to add the number of times we have subtracted a. Now what we can see from here, f1 d1 plus f2 d2 plus f3 d3, is it somewhat similar to this? Yes. So what we can do over here is we can represent this whole term as summation of fi di, right? Where I is the 1, 2, 3, 4 the values, and plus a times the summation of frequency, rather we can say summation of frequency times a divided by summation of fi. Well, this is our formula, but is it looking a bit different? Yes, it is a bit different because we can just break these things out. Let me simplify this a bit more. 3 by 4 plus 5 by 4 is equal to 8 by 4, right? We can also write 8 by 4 as 2 plus 6 by 4. Yeah, we can break this as 2 by 4 plus 6 by 4. So can't we break these two things up? Yes, we can break these two things up. When we break this, we will get fi di, summation of fi di divided by summation of fi plus summation of fi times a divided by summation of fi. Now let us see something. We can cancel something. Yeah, see here summation of fi and here also summation of fi. We cancel them out and we are left with summation of fi di times summation of fi plus a. But you may ask that why can't we cancel these two things out? Well, we cannot cancel these two things out because if we look nicely, it is summation of fi di is f1 d1 plus f2 d2 plus dot 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 fn dn divided by f1 plus f2 plus f3 up to fn. So can we divide these two things? No, we cannot. So this will remain as it is, but we can divide summation of fi and summation of fi. So it is equal to a, and this is our final formula where a is a constant. But we can take any value. I don't know why people say that we need to take a middle value from the given variates, and even if we take a value which is not even listed in the variates, this formula still also works, as you have seen here. So this is our video for today. I will make another video if I get a topic on, obviously. Until then, adieu, goodbye. Meet you in my next video.